All right. What up, ladies and gentlemen? Monday Night Raw is finished. Hell in a Cell is this Sunday. So let's take a time to review this Monday Night Raw right here live on Haps TV.
No, baby, that's for somebody else. We're just gonna keep you right where you're at right now.
It doesn't matter what you think.
The Wrestling Realm presents Break It Down with Brian H.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of Break It Down with Brian H. Keeping it 100. I'm your host, Brian H. Waters. This show, of course, is brought to you by Haps TV. If you haven't done so, oh man, it says I have unstable internet connection. Bear with me, folks, as we do have a storm right here in the great city of Baltimore, Maryland. Like I said, this show is brought to you by Haps TV. Make sure you've downloaded the app and, subscribe to a bunch of great podcasters and content creators on here. You can also, when you do so, you can broadcast on here. And you know what the best part is? It's absolutely free. You can simultaneously broadcast on all your social media platforms. So right now, we're live on the Wrestling Realms Twitch channel. We're live on my personal YouTube channel. And we're live on Brian H. Waters Periscope. So make sure you do that. And check it out. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you who've taken the time out to do this. So, tonight, Monday Night Raw, we know the go home show for WWE Hell in a Cell. As we go ahead and get ready for Hell in a Cell, one thing we do know is that we're going to get Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. The stipulation is simple. If Lashley wins, McIntyre can never get another title shot as long as Bobby Lashley is the champion. Now, this is something that everybody is happy for because, quite frankly, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are sick and tired and tired of being sick and tired of seeing Drew McIntyre in this matchup. Every time you turn around, it's McIntyre. And, quite frankly, it's getting old, folks. Let's just call it what it is. It's getting old. So now, hopefully right here, now there's always the rule of thumb. Whoever goes down last usually goes up in the match. We did see Drew McIntyre scored a pinfall and put Bobby Lashley down. So I tweeted at Brian H. Waters, I feel real good about Sunday as a Bobby Lashley fan. I feel real good feel like he has an opportunity to retain his championship. Quite frankly, because Drew McIntyre, hit the Claymore kick. So, but it's time for Lashley to move on. We don't want to go back and look at this 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and say all he did was defend the title against Drew McIntyre. We want to see Lashley face some more people. Now, I do like this story. The MVPs, I shift gears. He's teasing something. He keeps approaching Kofi Kingston. Folks, let me take you back in history. Y'all know I've been watching wrestling for a very long time. I'm gonna go ahead and share this. Right now doing a Raw review on Twitch and but let me take y'all back in history. The year was 1994. You had Lex Luger and Tatanka. They were buddies. They weren't necessarily a stable or a tag team. They were allies, right? If you played the video games, they asked you, who's the ally? So these two were allies. And then you had the $1 Million Man. And, he had the $1 Million Corporation. And he was trying to get Lex Luger to join. And Tatanka kept questioning his loyalty. Says, oh, you're going to sell out. You're going to sell out, And in the end, at SummerSlam, those two actually had a match because it was like, all right, we got to get this off our chest. And it was Tatanka that sold out. Now, unfortunately for him, his career actually went down the drain compared to what it was. Like, he came in the WWE undefeated. He was and he always came up short against Shawn Michaels. But, unfortunately, things wasn't that great for him afterwards. But he joined the corporation. So that makes me wonder with this Hurt Business, will we see MVP, we keep seeing him go after Kofi Kingston, right? Kofi's been to the mountaintop. Now, shout out to Janelle from HR of the Jobber Tears podcast. She brought it up. Like, what if the swerve is that Xavier is the one, And I think it would make sense. You're sick of the Hurt Business. Too legit to quit. Jumps in. Thank you for tuning in. I love that you're expressing, how you feel. I'm not sick of the Hurt Business, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the Hurt Business. I wish they was all together. I didn't like Cedric and Shelton leaving, but we are seeing Bobby Lashley have this reign of dominance, and he's no longer with a group. But so that part is disappointing. Together they was nice, but I want to see what a new Hurt Business will look like, right? I think it's time to see them add some members. But, Xavier Woods, he has a PhD, so he's always smarter. So that's what I want to see. And I got this light up like super bright. Let me see something because I'm like, sheesh. This is where, there we go. That'll do it. Change the temperature on it. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't know about this whole, Xavier Woods. I don't see it being a bad idea, folks. Let me know what you think. I personally don't think it's a bad idea if he does join the Hurt Business, because I think this is a great opportunity for him. And we can see a different side of Xavier. We only see him as let's call it for what it is, a animated nerd culture babyface. So what would Xavier Woods as a heel look like in 2021? That's what I want to see. And, we're going to find out. So, also, I want to know what happens with Naomi. I tweeted this from the Wrestling Realm account. I wish I could share, I could share the screen. Let's see if I can share that. Because this right here was really, there we go. This right here was really bothering me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Four women's matches on Raw, plus a women's segment. Oh, I guess I should put that on the screen. There we go. So, there it is. 4 women's matches on WWE Raw, plus a women's segment. Love it. But Naomi, and I tagged her, did Naomi have to get caught off guard? Where is MVP at? Or where's Roman Reigns to restore order? She is his family, Somebody even shout out to Anthony Born 11. Poor Naomi got tricked. I knew that damn Eva Marie couldn't wrestle. Yeah. It says I have to fast forward through 4 women's matches. Well, look, I'm a huge fan of women's wrestling. I was happy. See right here though, to be honest with you, it's like the story was missing to some of them, or it seemed rushed. But nonetheless, I get it. Hey, hello, Ed Jeffries 2002, joining on Twitch. Appreciate you following the Twitch account, and I appreciate you jumping in on here. Let me know, what did you think about Monday Night Raw? So I would love to see Naomi get her opportunity. Do something different. I think Naomi with MVP could make sense, and kind of get her propelled back to the top. Like on SmackDown, you have Bianca Belair. It says women's wrestling is too rush. Not much story if the story ends quickly. I haven't watched tonight. Oh, okay. They have a good story going on, and I want to see what they do with Shayna. Hold on, let me slow down. What up, Blue Magic in the house? What's going on, Blue? Appreciate you tuning in. Did you watch Raw? I was talking about Naomi, and I think that Naomi and MVP could be an interesting duo because right now you look at Bobby Lashley around this time last year, right? He was losing to Aleister Black on at WrestleMania, and then he was, getting yo-yoed around Lana. Then all of a sudden, suddenly she gets, he gets with MVP. MVP helps him kind of get his swag, and then boom, he wins the United States Championship. Goes back and forth with Apollo, but has sort of a dominant run, and then drops the title so that he could become WWE champion. So hopefully we can get that with Naomi. Let's see, gaming with Chewy. Let's put it this way. Right now, there's no creative directions on Monday Night Raw. So many talents being overlooked or misused. For example, Shayna Baszler. Blue says I know the answer. Ed Fry's 2002. Raw was a solid 3.5. Love Piper Niven debuted and wish it was a more competitive match. Naomi on SmackDown with the Bloodline is likely a done deal once there's a draft. I hope so. I think she needs to be with one of them. Now, here's the thing. Let me go back to Chewy. You hit it right on the head. Piper Niven is interesting, but there's a lot of talents being misused. You got Jeff Hardy and Cedric Alexander back to back. Why are they facing each other back to back weeks? And then when they have these matchups back to back weeks, it's the same result. So if I saw Raw this week, what's the point of watching next week? We've seen, all the assets. But see, the thing is, Raw has talent. But when you really look at it, right, you go back to Monday, you go back to WrestleMania. We got Asuka and what's her name? I'm looking right at the champion, Rhea Ripley, right? So this is WrestleMania we're talking about, the pinnacle, the Super Bowl, the main event, the World Series, all this of wrestling. And then you give us this match like enough times again and again and again. That's a problem. With Jeff Hardy and Cedric, I think why not have Cedric go against somebody else to try to get back to Jeff Hardy? Don't just throw it away. So like when people say there's no creative direction, it Raw has and I like the 3.5. It has its spots and the stories. Like I said, the story with MVP and Xavier Woods is solid. And Kofi Kingston is solid. Everything MVP is touching is good. So I want to see where they're going from here, right? That's my concern. That is my concern. Where are they going from here? So not going to say frustrated, but it's one of those things like, I understand you got 3 hours. I understand you got 3 hours. Why are you rushing? Why are you rushing? Why doesn't they have any credit? Now, Shayna Baszler, I don't mind this with her and Alexa Bliss because I want to see this could get really ugly. This could get really ugly. So let's see what happens there. With Nia Jax, could there be a turn? We saw Alexa Bliss. I like this for Alexa Bliss. A few weeks ago, we was complaining about her being a champion over and over and over again. And I'm like, why is a few years ago, Alexa Bliss was constantly the champion. So we got irritated with that, right? Now she's in a different storyline and she's farther away from the title. So it's not nothing necessarily to be upset about, But in this situation with her and they have superstars but no creativity. I agree. How is it that SmackDown finally found a creative character to give Apollo? Yeah, and that's what I do wonder. Who's on the inside? Like, who's the people that's saying, who's on the writing teams? And why is it this writing? I understand that it's 2 hours versus 3 hours. But on 3 hours, you have more time to fill. So that's an opportunity to use more superstars. That's an issue. Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Business, that was something solid. That got us through the summer and the fall, only for it to be ripped apart, right? A year ago, Bayley, Sasha Banks, that was a story for us, right? And that was something that was like, all right, thanks for the award, Blue. I appreciate it. That was a story every week, because whether you like Bayley and Sasha together or not, every week they was must-see TV. Now, Asuka wasn't being used right, in my opinion, but I was also one of the people, like, I wanted to see Sasha and Bayley dominate all the shows with all the titles. So someone who was really, someone who we really saw nothing but athleticism. Oh, you're talking about Apollo. Yeah, Apollo's come out there and he's been doing his thing, but we're seeing his character. Now, what it looks as if that we're seeing is he is, he is 10 times better than what he's been, because we're actually seeing him turned up. So that's what we didn't get before. We're seeing Apollo Crews be himself turned up. I don't know about the Nigerian culture, but being able to see him be able to be expressive, that's something I like. Bruce runs both shows. How is one jumble and the other is mostly a good show? And the other is mostly a good show is insane. And I think because maybe on SmackDown you do have people who are more vocal, right? And you look, Roman Reigns is there, right? And then it's like he's there, head of the table, figuratively and literally, and then everything else falls into place. Now, I would like to see more with Bianca Belair, but with I want to see, I'm interested with her and Bayley coming up this Sunday, but on Raw, I want to hopefully they go in a different direction after that. Don't just keep giving us the same person, right? You do have talent, and we want to see like everybody vying for this title. So back in the day, mostly every card had a story. That's something I've been saying weekly. So right here on Twitch, I just my games ain't in my arm distance, but I just got WWF Attitude and WCW Nitro, but WWF Attitude is where I'm going. Be on the lookout. I will be playing that right here on Twitch. Here's the thing. When I looked at that roster, I could have told you in 1999, you go through that whole story, I could have told you a story about each one of those characters. That's not something I can do now. I can still, to this day, a lot of people talk about the Attitude Era and say, the newer fans will say it wasn't that great. We didn't care about the work rate. We cared about the story. We cared about the story. It says, Bruce runs, back when it should be a show where either continues the story or concludes it. And that's the thing. Hell in a Cell, I feel, should be a blow-off pay-per-view, right? And I hope that's when we get the exclamation mark with Drew and Bobby, because if Drew wins, let's call for what it is. Drew wins, Bobby's going to want the title back, so that's going to continue. But I do think, based on what we saw tonight, Bobby's going to win, last man up, whatever. I thought Charlotte and Rhea Ripley, I actually enjoy this story. I'm a Charlotte Flair fan. Now, I don't need to see her all the time. I don't like angry Charlotte, like, coming out there yelling. I like cocky, arrogant Charlotte, genetically superior Charlotte. That's who I like, even as a heel. But I do like this story, and it makes sense. So I want to see what happens with her and Rhea Ripley moving into Hell in a Cell. I can't call this one just yet. Be on the lookout as myself and the real Dwayne Allen. We will be bringing to you Wrestling Realm now coming up this week. So make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. But, and we'll go over the card and, predictions. But, Elias and Jackson Riker, I don't know. I don't know. This is one of those things like, why? I could really care less. I'm on BleacherReport.com, and they pretty much crapped over Raw. I think the only thing that got an A was the New Day versus RKO, bro. That's another story that's kind of getting lost in the shuffle. I think I've said this before. You can check it out on the Wrestling Realm YouTube page, youtube.com/Wrestling Realm, where I said it. Randy Orton, to me, I listed 5 reasons why I believe he's better than Kenny Omega. And I've also gone on record saying that I think Randy Orton is the greatest of all time, one of the greatest of all time. We need to put him in the conversation where we put the Shawn Michaelses, the Bret Harts, for some people, for me certainly. But the Hulk Hogan's, the John Cena's, the Bruno Sammartinos. I just think that, and John Cena's, Randy Orton deserves to be in that conversation. And right now, he's just going out there just effortlessly. And him and Matt Riddle, they're funny. So that's what I've been paying attention to. But folks, I'm actually gonna get ready to get out of here. I got some editing to do. Be on the lookout. Me and the real Dwayne Allen just recorded 5 new episodes of the Wrestling Realm. A couple episodes we going in depth, picking a particular subject. We go in depth on that. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/the Wrestling Realm. Shout out to Blue Magic for the gifts and for joining in. Make sure you check him out on Blue Magic Grind on I think that's his title on all social media platforms. If not, throw it in the chat. But make sure you check him out. And he's got some cool Juneteenth wear that you can get. I picked up 2 shirts. I'm excited to wear them. I got the is it something else that's not in my arm distance? But yeah, make sure you check him out. I just love to support people. So if you got something out there, let me know. Look, I gotta wear clothes, and Nike, Adidas, they got their people. I'm gonna support my people. So till next time, folks, I'm Brian H. Waters. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, follow, do all that good stuff.